Amitabha Buddha salutes the people. Ladies and gentlemen, the people woke up this morning. The first idea is, do people remember the Buddha? People remember the Buddha, but do people have the heart to pray for the dead? Dear people are the great memories of the Buddha to connect with the masses. Adi-do Buddha. Adi-do Buddha, Adi-do Buddha. I ask Amitabha Buddha to send me to the West. Amitabha Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, Amitabha Buddha. The masses are. Earlier the Buddha statue. The statue says, I ask Amitabha Buddha to send me to the West. When you close your eyes, you say that. My father is imagining as I was sitting on the lotus flower being led by the Buddha, and great uncle thought, it's true that the idea of self is terrible. Gentlemen, in just a few seconds like this, close your eyes like this. Who received the prayer of birth? It's how much of it is in your head. It says how modern say. Modern day see the Buddha Dida Asia. The modern imagination says that the Maitreya Buddha said, I pray to Seichi. I really wanted to save you. It matters whether you want to go home or not. There's only one sentence for a few seconds. That how now many in my head, you see, you're sitting on the lotus flower. The Buddha led me. But before the Buddha came, the Buddha said he would make a vow. He said, it is important to say whether you want to go home or not. It is my duty to save you. What matters is whether you want to be saved or not. You see the hips. So the idea of your own mind is horrible. You can dream, you know. In a dream. But sometimes how many things my whole life, or some kind of process that's going on. It appeared in a dream. It's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. You see, it seems like it's a process. My whole life. So, this mind, this spirit is terrible. It's terrible. I am reminded every day to be encouraged. Just say I asked the Amitabha Buddha, take me back to the West. It's actually my mind. My heart goes to the Buddha. It's really your wish, your continuity. You look forward to. Then he said there was no need to say, give me your hand. I picked it up. I know you guys are suffering too much. You have to say order. No need to say. It's called American literature. If you want, give me your hand. Here's how I pull up the Buddha. Fast, fast fold. You see the Buddha of Amitabha. People usually stand up. There are many people who think, funny, the Buddha felt so miserable. Stand, pull, give it fast. Pull, gaping force. It's sitting around pulling holes so with stand force. Up. Pull it up. It is I who want to be born. Either you give birth to it or you put your hand on it. Then that's also a funny reason to show me that the compassion of that Amitabha Buddha. It's very, very, very big for all of us. For all of us. Then, through that stage you get a, please share with me a process. Today receive great reading in pure. Education is what? Questions about the purity of the great celestial master as. The master of heaven as. Today the great. I know there is in here, your data or not. Usually, people want to read a document, a teaching of a great master who reads. People also want to read the material. Ladies and gentlemen, the great. I want to complete these sharing sessions. If you want to hear it later, specializing in volition, specializing in the teachings of the great calendar master, then recompose the. This is a big job that we have to take care of ourselves. These are the teachings of the ancient calendar. All the ancestors. Here I am and read it to you again. Ladies and gentlemen, the master of heaven is like Master German. Sir, you are fluent in money. That the great golden emperor Yang taught Pure Land. Sir, there is a book called Pure Education. Is to break the suspicion that to advise people. For example, people who recite the Buddha. He recited the Buddha. He practices very diligently. He died at the age of 71. When he died, there were many good omens. Those are the great ones that are merely sketches of the A's. Documents about you, let those who tell you that A, the origin of poisons, and well, the great poisons, where did they come from? The Master of Heaven is like a German master, full-time professional practitioner, even though you were wise before. About Zen Buddhism is very profound. You focus on purity, and at the end of his life, he promised that he would pray for ecstasy. The Master is like teaching. Human life is as fragile as a rock that touches a fire. Like lightning snatching the skies back, it is still missing, and it is the old school. Not old and not sick. I looked over and saw the emptying of my body and mind. To live a day of recitation of the Buddha. It's a time of hard work, a time of hard work. Whether you die good or bad, our highway is ready. The road ahead is definitely beautiful. That's a sentence. That's an opening paragraph. You say we humans. The achievement. What is that of our spiritual practitioner? We always feel impermanence close to us. We always feel impermanence close to us. How many young people live in the temple? How many old people? People of all ages die. Old ladies when they were young, ladies and gentlemen. Teacher here. These are big companies. The owners are the ones whose heads. This large private institution is rich in money. And also the poor and the impermanent. It doesn't ask if you're rich or poor. It doesn't say you're smart or intelligent. Impermanent. It doesn't ask you big career or small career. You can't buy the impermanent. So here you're saying that human life is fragile. It's like the rock that the rock touches. The rocks that touch each other are smitten with fire, and it goes out to the realms of heaven and hell. The scary thing is worth it. The most painful and the most joyful. I see in me that she is nothing. This time in my grandmother, compared to heaven and hell, it's very small. It has very little time. So, you're like to stones, for example, that it touches, it ignites the fire, then it's fast and it's ticking like that. We humans say 100 years of human life. But there was a Zen master who said 100-year-old life sentence. 100 years old, looking at the dream. Thinking of crying, Liu went astray. Forgetting the pure without returning. Is to say that life is 100 years old. Say it like that. AI is 100 years old. Some are 100 years old. Once you are not born in the womb. Did you die in the womb? Yes, sir. Did you just die? Yes. Long dead. 10 years old died 6, 7 to 80 years old. I have a dead body. 100-year-old says that instead. But the A's are 100 years old. The old story turns to the dream. Life is like a dream. It's like an inn. You have said, what is yours? There is nothing that is mine. What is true? I've been lost my whole life. To meet the Pure Land, to meet the Buddhist meditation. But he's not willing to practice. To get lost in a cycle of life and death. Keep getting those. The world is sad. It's tempting. But forget the Pure Land does not borrow. Forgetting the land without borrowing. It's a Zen master's sentence. People don't remember for a long time. But this verse, these memories are forever. Here you say, we're going back to the matter of saying the impermanent. It's fast. It doesn't wait for people. It doesn't define an AI, so I hope you've heard this passage. It's not just talk, it's not listening to have to play, but to know that this pure method we meet is the charm. Is that chance is our own happiness? This one life is not new to us. It's been too long away from practice. But this birth and death exam, we keep falling apart. Life after life. Life goes on and on and on and on and on. So, we decided. Decide. This exam is supposed to pass 101%. Absolutely not to fall. It's because the answer is so easy. What is the answer, Amitabha Buddha, to the West? There is the Buddha's prayer. Then this birth and death exam is also passed. So what's my whole life of training? Let's learn this answer. Whatever the subject of birth and death comes, no matter what the problem is, what difficulties come to us, Amitabha Buddha let me go to the West. It's a great answer. It's the best answer. Other than that, there's no answer. Because that's why our whole spiritual life is. What it is to practice the habit of reciting the Buddha. Training to touch anything is the mind. I want to go to the West. Why do you have to listen to this every day? You have to study every day, causing the drop of the planting line to die in it. Cultivating your mind is Amitabha Buddha. Take me back to the West. It's not that simple, folks. Atsal the Great Perseverance said, "What are your interests? But I don't know. But the great ones themselves feel very beneficial. For alerting myself, wake yourself up. Here you say, not old and not sick, passing through the emptying of body and mind. Don't wait for old age to recite the Buddha. The grave is full of old people. It is not all that dies, but children die as usual. So, you say they take advantage when healthy. When I was young, when I was away, it is good to recite a Buddha sign. One sentence, it's as good as it gets. We're waiting for Sao. We wait until old Sao. Whether we can recite the Buddha at that time or not, no one can predict the problem. No one can predict the problem for us. So, that's why. Whatever it is, we practice, we study, we learn. We use it when our minds are still there. Stay awake. They're too sleepy or too tired. Learning is not mindless, it's true. Take advantage of when you are healthy to try to use the Buddhist concept. And when the disease lies down, when I ask the answer, I know the way. Learning is learning while you are healthy and awake. It's not studying when you're sick and you don't have the spirit. Who chooses the hours of study? That. Choose a time when the mind is not awake. Choose a healthy, sober time to study. Study hard until it's time to lie down. Even if you can't go to the exam. Maybe I can't go to school, but now there are competitions. On the live stream, exam on the internet. Can we answer that, ma'am? Although I'm tired, but I still got the answer. That's it. As well as our Buddhist reciters. I've been practicing this answer normally. He's become used to it. He's become a professional. Then the sickness will grow old. Even lying there, Amitabha Buddha sent you to the West with the right answer. Amitabha Buddha sent you to the West with the right answer. Amitabha Buddha Cho. I think going to the West is the right answer. I want to do it when I'm sick, when I'm suffering. When the old man lies down, he still remembers the Buddha did not have to wait for that moment to learn. I was just studying for the exam. I learned the answer right now. Right in everyday life. What do you do in your everyday life? The final idea decides. Where are our karma going? That's how it works. The Buddha is surely born as a Buddha. An unsuspecting thought heard by the masses, a thought without a doubt. There is no idea in our minds. Is it possible to be born? If it's like this, if it's like that? Let's not break it. Let's cut it off. Let's clear the minds. The idea's in there. Just believe one thing. I believe that one thing, the modesty of Dida is absolute. I believe that one thing that is deep karma. Although you are a mortal being close to the ground, even though you are stupid, but I'm not fascinated and not passionate about what I believe. The Buddha is born. Lord, you save me. The Buddha says that you will guide your son. There is a will to guide you. I want to be led by you. I want your help. That's right, hostage. That's right. I certainly won't leave you. I certainly won't leave you. You can leave me. I can leave you. The faith, ladies and gentlemen, that's the kind of faith that's true. I sincerely believe absolutely, absolutely. There's no idea. If you miss like this, the other is not born. To ignore someone. To ignore someone. It's a small notion of doubt. It's hard to believe, you guys. This is important. He said that he was not sick when he was old. Pass through the world. Shake off body and mind. Pass through the world. It's not young here. Don't go to work. You sit. You recite the Buddha. We are responsible. We are responsible. Let's say the people say now, you're a parent. What do you work for? Raise children, worry about it. Studying all day, working all day. Take care of 3 meals, take care of my career. Now that's what I do. Because that's the world we have to be in. That is also my karmic karma. The child to whom it comes gets a lot. It's a blessing that it comes to me. That it's the opposite. That paying is not. Accept it, can't pay it. Do not have to do, cannot do. But now I'm so heavy, I love it. I love it. Now I put my life first. Children, wife, there is love or something. When you close your eyes, no one can help us, but we know that our romance is that we have to build our own. So, instead of opening our eyes, we're thinking about careers. Think about children. Now we think of the Buddha, to do everything and anything in this world. Do anything. It's about reciting the Buddha because of the past birth. Responsibility is doing the same thing. But your purpose in this world, spend the month, just because of the recitation of the Buddha. Spend through the day, just because of the recitation of the Buddha. We changed the concept. Heavy cuckold couple, heavy cuckold. The switch is to turn the hand upside down, in exchange for something, for the purpose of dying. Do people understand this place? It's not about letting go of everything. Come by and it's easy to understand. To let go of the heavy emphasis on children's careers. Husband, the opposite. Let's go back to focusing on the Buddha. It's true. The one with a clear goal. For example, my goal is to wake up studying for the university. My goal is to wake up early. Food, drink, go to the market to buy and get that money to feed 3 meals. Adoption wife, adoption husband. Take care of the family. Now we open our eyes to a target. Open your eyes. Am I alive? I continue to recite the Buddha. Am I healthy? Take this body and recite the Buddha. I'm awake. My eyes can see. Look at Amitabha Buddha. My legs are healthy. Let me take this body and worship Buddha. Switch direction, switch target. What's it like to switch the direction we're going? They know how to use their skills in an employee situation. I know how to grow my manhood in all the landscapes. Modern speaking here is very clear. Is not, and if you let it go, you shake off everything. It's about clearing your mind. What it means to take things lightly and to take the mind seriously. Train your mind to the top. I know, hear that. That's how you shake your body and mind. It's not about letting go of doing everything. Nothing is negative. The more active people become, the more responsible you are. But it's my responsibility. What's important is the responsibility. Sometimes many people place too much responsibility on the birthright. Our responsibility is, but also our greatest responsibility is to. We have to build our own lives. Building our own lives. This place is very important. Here you go. You said you were alive for a day. A day of recitation. It's a time of hard work. A time of hard work. Ready at any time. Remember the Buddha at that time. Like this Buddhist recitation machine. This is a very good digital press. Why do you say it? Why do you keep setting your own goals? 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 days can be less, but it's persistent and long-lasting without interruptions. Is that the Buddha? That interruption, but we can't do two. For out of two for Buddhist thoughts, it's for the wise. Master Bodhisattva does. And my ordinary. You just use this digital press. Remember 5,000 today. There is nothing in the morning. I remember now in the morning. There are hundreds of people trying to remember. Embarrassing yourself diligently. I can't work hard now. Not good at reading and not remembering the Buddha. But there are motivators who remind us that there are means. I took that vehicle. I thought I was bad. I was bad. I always wear a mask. I am so bad. I always hold the Buddha's mantra. What is the Sao Digital Press? It's a complicated time. It's a quiet time. To live a day of recitation of the Buddha. I did exactly what you said. There are 2 mornings depending on your job. Depending on your job. I can arrange the time. Try to arrange the time. Like someone who is too busy to really work. Really too busy working. We depend on that job. Flexible spiritual practice. But here it is. As the great speakers practice reciting the Buddha's name, let's practice the Buddha's name. Recall a sentence is to foster virtue for yourself. Recall a sentence is to foster virtue for yourself. People who regularly recite the Buddha are to gather all the blessings and treasures about me. People who drop the Buddha sign do not recite the Buddha. Wasting time. It's like throwing away your merit. I lost my treasures. We see ourselves as who we are. We are ordinary people suffering from the 6 disciples. Now there is a chance to meet this Buddha sign. To meet the mind, to meet the reception of Dida. Try it. You try it. I can't treat you anymore. Before you say, he said, why do we want to do that? We can do it. We can do it. We are suddenly in the temple. You see, 81 years old, 70 years old. There was also a 23-year-old who died. She was practicing in the temple yesterday. Hit the creek, dying in the memory ward. How many scenes of life? How many deaths? By the sudden death of modern mortals, see too much. I hope you will also wake up, but trying to build the Buddha's thoughts. You say whether you die good or bad. Our highway is ready to go. The road ahead is definitely calm here. It's determined here by genuine commitment. He said, now I am praying. Truth about death. True prayer for the sake of prayer. Pray for birth. Let's not be afraid that we will die. How we die? Too sick or too bad? Don't put too much weight on it. Do we believe in cause and effect? We believe that the Buddha is the cause. The Buddha is the fruit. We believe that. The people who recite the Buddha always have the blessing of 25 bodhisattvas. Those who recite the Buddha always have the Buddha's light shining. Remember that there is always praise. Companion of the 10 Buddhas. Then we can believe this. We are not afraid of Sao. You said your highway is ready. My faith is complete with you. I don't know if I need to die. But I believe that I recite the Buddha. You are always with me. The Buddha is sure. Sure Vang born. The bad death is good. It's about your body. I don't care, because my conscience was honest with you. My mind is already focused on you. The good death is bad. It's my body. The rest is your karma. Take this body. Pay the last karma. And you, if you close the eyes of a hostage, you're sitting on the lotus. I close the eyes of a hostage. It's Buddha pulling you back to ecstasy. The body is hard or soft. Mouth contortion or laughter. Open your eyes or close your eyes or close your mouth. It's about this body. It's because of the weather. By the karma of this body. It's not about the body. Remember, that's what faith is. You come here, he said. Whether you die good or bad. Our highway is ready. The road ahead is definitely beautiful. We have been living this life. Put your full faith in God as well. To place full faith in the Buddha's mindfulness. I have full faith in my favorite teacher. Have full faith in the 10. The Buddhas at the same time Duong exclaim. To place full faith in the 25 bodhisattvas who are blessing. How much to support your child reciting the Buddha? Where is your mouth? Where does my mind think? Where does my body worship 10 Buddha? Ways the Buddhas always bless you. I'll never be afraid again. I was never afraid of dying. It's story, but I'm sure that. He breathed and closed his eyes. This spirit is sitting on the lotus. This spirit is in the ecstasy of the West. I can hear the magic pronounced there. Be close to Di-Da. That's what you believe. Many people practice all their lives. Good death, bad death, this and that. So there's no birth gap. You believe in the form. You believe in the supernatural. But you don't believe in prayer. You do not believe the teachings of the Master who likes you. There's a problem here. You have a problem here. So, you can believe in the place of prayer, believe in the teachings of the Buddha, and believe in yourself. You're real. I've been honest about reciting the Buddha. The Buddha, without containing you, is the responsibility of the Buddha. Buddha has a duty. The Buddha is responsible for you. Buddha doesn't dare. Buddha is afraid of lawsuits. Oh my God. Buddha is a righteous man. Mr.'s words are Kim's. The golden word is to do it. To receive the recitation of the Buddha. Recite the Buddha with the heart to pray for the next birth. The most important thing is to have a sincere heart, the true heart. The evil heart is the false cause that is the true cause. The new fruit is real. I hope people hear the sharing. These days, trying to work hard on you. People will read through this to the end. Heaven is teaching in pure learning. Human life is as fragile as a flaming stone. Like a flaming stone that snatches the back of the hut. That new is lost. Chi's old school, it's about impermanence. I know how fast impermanence is for me. Not old and not sick. Pass through the world. Clean your body and soul for a day. To worry about one day, let us try for a while. To Chayan, to die good or to die bad. The highway is ready. The road ahead is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful definitely here is to affirm that true practice. The road ahead is the real one. Gentlemen, may the people pray to the Buddha for a lifetime. He soon returned to the Western world. Non tissue Di-Da Buddha.